So the novella I read this week by Dean Koontz has to be one of his best works ever, in my opinion. Oh, and by the way, I've been feeling pretty creative lately, so check out my new channel intro. What's up guys, welcome back to Unlimited Reads. My name is Chris and today I'll be giving a further update to the Horror Mayhem project, which finishes up next week. So this will be my last update video before officially wrapping up the project late next week. And it's been an absolute blast, and I had a really good week because I did actually manage to read Strange Highways by Dean Koontz. Now, I didn't read every story in this. I mainly wanted to concentrate on the title novella, Strange Highways. It was about 200 pages long and I had a great time with it. Now, strangely enough, being a lifelong Dean Koontz fan, I had never read it before, and I was pleasantly surprised because it did have a fascinating premise and some subject matter that interests me greatly. So what was it about? So in the present day, we meet Joey, who is about 40, and he's an alcoholic, and he's just learnt that his father has passed away, and he returns to his childhood hometown, which he hasn't visited in over 20 years. Now, in that time, his mother had previously died of cancer, and he never went to the funeral, and he never visited his father either, but he goes back one last time to have a look around the old childhood home. He reminisces about some things. He remembers his older brother PJ, and still keeps in touch with PJ, but PJ went on to become a very successful writer and travels the country and was successful at everything he did. He has about 5 novels published under his name, and even as kids, Joey idolized PJ and thought the world of him, and PJ couldn't do any wrong in anyone's eyes in the town. He was a varsity football player, he was very popular with the girls, he was just a model citizen, which, you know, everyone thought the sun shone out of his ass. And it's interesting how this novella is constructed, because during the present day we get all these questions about the past. There's a reason why Joey becomes an alcoholic. There's a reason why his life goes nowhere. He was the one as a kid who had aspiring dreams to become a successful writer himself, and PJ went on to do exactly what Joey wanted to do, and in some respects he lives in his shadow a little bit. But when Joey has visited the childhood home and gone to visit the local lawyer, who tells him that he's inherited a large sum of money from the father, he feels that he isn't worthy of receiving that money because you know, he hasn't visited in over 20 years, and 20 years is a long time to suppress some memories that he's buried deep, because once those memories are repressed, he can pretend that these particular events that are spoken about never actually happened. And I think it's a really good premise where something happened in the past that made Joey like he is, and I like how it calls into question PJ's integrity, because PJ is not what he seems. And we gradually get a taste of what happened in the past with what PJ did, and he actually was murdering young women, and everyone just thought he was, you know, the bee's knees. And over the course of the novella, Joey remembers what happened, and when he leaves town for the last time after declining the inheritance, he takes a turn onto a road not taken. And that road, he becomes something out of the Twilight Zone, where he goes down this road and he has a second chance to right a few wrongs in his life. So his adult consciousness inhabits the body of his younger college-aged self, and he begins to learn the truth, and you know, remembers what PJ did, and remembers how PJ one night had a body of a woman in his car, and Joey found the woman in the car, and PJ tried to explain that he ran into the girl and ran her over accidentally on a highway, because he claims that the girl was running away from an assailant from the woods, and he convinces Joey that that's what happened, and why he shouldn't have gone to the sheriff and all this sort of stuff. And Joey, being the younger, impressionable brother, ended up believing him, or wanting to believe it, and just repressed those suspicions until he gets a second chance at giving justice to those victims. So it was really, really good, and I think the story ended on a really positive note. PJ becomes something that you don't expect, and PJ has no idea that the elder version of Joey is in the younger body. So there's a massive conflict, and really good revelations along the way, and it was a perfect ending to a great story. So I really had a ball with it, and yeah, certainly don't regret picking it up. Also this week I managed to start another Michael Robertson Jr. book called Dark Shore, which is book 3 of the Lance Brody Supernatural Suspense series, which I'm enjoying a lot. It's about Lance Brody, who is a college-age boy who has supernatural gifts, and the fact that he can't lead a normal life because these abilities can't leave him alone makes it sort of tragic in a way, because he has these gifts that he didn't ask for, and he has to try and learn how to use them along the way. And as this series is going on, I'm learning a lot more about Lance, and slowly it's getting revealed that he has other facets to his growing powers, and that, combined with the subplot that has filtered through the last few books about two supernatural entities that want Lance's power for a higher purpose, or an evil purpose, which is yet to be revealed to me, is just fantastic. And at the time of recording this, I'm probably about 4 chapters in, so everything is only just getting started, and I can't wait to see how the series progresses. But I've really enjoyed every one of the books in the Lance Brody series so far. I anticipate I'm going to enjoy it a lot more. I'm reading it on my Kindle at the moment, because I did get the 7 books all in one volume for a really good deal not too long ago. And yeah, I just can't wait to find out what happens next, because at the moment I'm sensing an ultimate confrontation between Lance and these two individuals that want his power, and I'm really happy to join Lance on his journey. So if you haven't read the Lance Brody series, I recommend you start it. For $13 you get all 7 books in the one package, and they're so well written, they read very, very quickly, because Michael Robertson Jr. doesn't really mince words. He just gets to the story, and he fleshes out Lance Brody in really awesome detail. And he doesn't reveal too much, because obviously Lance has to grow and progress over the series, and I just can't wait to see what happens, because questions are raised as you read each book, and you want to find out what this ultimate confrontation is going to be. Michael Robertson Jr. is currently writing book 8 of Lance Brody, which is fantastic. I can't wait to actually read that one when I catch up, and I plan on catching up sooner rather than later, because the books are too good not to binge them, but because of everything I've had on my plate and everything I've got to read, it does make it a little bit hard. But certainly I'm going to be making a fair bit of time in the near future to binge them all. So there you go, guys. That is my update for Horror Mayhem. Next week I'll be wrapping it all up, and then we'll be moving into June on the Range, where we're reading Western fiction, which I'm really looking forward to as well. Obviously I've got so many other things to read, so I have made time for June on the Range, but I'm really looking forward to branching out and trying some Western fiction that I normally wouldn't ever read. But because I really enjoyed Lonesome Dove last year, it was a life-changing book, I have certainly become intrigued by the Western genre. So we'll see how that goes, but really looking forward to it. I'll be doing some update videos right here on the channel, and can't wait to get started. So thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Offer up any comments below. As always, I'll always respond to those. But until the next video, guys, I'll see you later.